Okay, so welcome to this tutorial. I had to redo it because of issues from the previous day, but yeah, here we are. I'm doing this tutorial over my PB, which is not really good right now. It's 1:14:55. But you know, haven't been able to get a good run going lately, so it's okay. First things first, one thing that you need to know is that you're supposed to be offline for the speedrun, but you're also supposed to be using Shima Clan because of the perks. Both being offline and the Shima Clan, you know, I mean, using clan perks for the speedrun are related, since if you are online, you get bonus perks from your familiarity, for so to speak, with the clan. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. But yeah, let's go. So I'm gonna be obviously you want to start on a new file. This is not ng+, this is ng, and your timer should start as soon as you press X on this screen right here. As you can see, the X. Yeah, as soon as I press it, I start a timer. Okay. So first, you skip the first cutscene. You break the wall with 3 punches, and then you run to this place, get the sword. You know, classic stuff. Equip it fast while you're going to this guy, and then 3-shot it easy. Just 3 light attacks. Get the key and open the door. You know. This first part is pretty straightforward. You know, just running around, whatnot. Here you want to save like around 40 key before you get to this door, because otherwise, if they hit you and then you block the second hit, you'll run out of key if that happens, most likely. So in order to avoid that and you know, be able to have much higher possibilities of surviving, then you want to do to save up like 40 key or so. But apart from that, just running around here. You cannot do low stance dashing in this first level. It's funny because I'm wearing the same thing in the video. Anyways. I'm gonna go back for a moment. Okay, so over here I like to save like around 25 or 30 key, and then run, you know, by the arch, by the door right there. Run, get the axe, and then if you want to be safe, as you can see right there, I'm dashing. That's for extra safety. You can also just run around or just run directly, depending on how you want to do it. If you run around, that's the safest one. But if you run directly between, that's like the fastest. Another thing is, you know, you're supposed to menu right here while you open the door. I use it to get the vital axe, but you can get the medicine equipped instead. And then right here, you would, if you take the medicine, you would equip the axe while you're waiting. And right here, I'm gonna unmute this for a moment. Okay, as you can see right there, there's a second, like he does a scream, and then he does another kind of scream, but lower. That's when you hear that. That's when you want to press heavy attack, and you should hit his back with 3 heavy attacks in a row, and you know, finish him. Yo, what is up, Derrick? You can see right there. Okay, so here you skip the cutscene, and as soon as the cutscene goes away, you know, because you skip it, you need to be running forward. And then as soon as he's on range, you do 3 attacks, and when you do the 3rd one, you get away from him, and then you wait for this opening right here. Okay, so extra things to take into account. He can do several attacks right here, like after you do the first things. So he'll most likely always do this attack. But he can do overheads and he can do other stuff. And the thing that you need to watch out for is that if he does, like, I think it's like 1 or 2 overheads into running, you don't want to punish the running like you do after you wait a bit. Like right here, this is running, right there. That's one you want to punish. But if it's on a combo, it's too fast, and you won't be able to get the Garden Spirit before releasing the Amrita. As you can see right there, I got the Garden Spirit, and then I get the Amrita. That's how it's supposed to be. But if you do it too fast, you will get the Amrita before getting the Spirit, and therefore not being able to get the Living Weapon, and not being able to finish the fight faster. So yeah, take that into account. But yeah, all strong attacks in this fight. You skip the 2 cutscenes right here. This is the second one. And then right here you want to use mash X. And get sword and kusarigama. Sword because it's faster. You get the first weapon that you select is the one that you get at the start of the level. And it's faster to dash on low stance with sword. And then the kusarigama is just a good weapon to have at the start. And Kato is the best spirit. So yeah, this is okay, and then say no to the tutorial because you don't want to do the tutorial. This is a speedrun. Anyways, you skip this as well. And then you get the katana right there. Let me do one thing. Okay, as you can see right here, when I'm on this. Getting the item, as you can see right there, right here, I'm pressing R1 and X. That's basically the low stance input, So what I'm doing is changing to low stance while I'm grabbing this before getting the sword, and then I move and get the sword equipped and start doing dashes. And right here I do some quick menu. You don't have to do this right here, but it's pretty optimal to do. Just getting rid of the armor. Extra armor in this game does not only slow you down, even though, like, for example, as long as you're on A agility, like, let me show you. As you can see right there, I'm right here, I'm on 5%. That's blue weight or max agility. It doesn't change if you're 0 or 30. It's the same agility, you get the same speed. But you will get a decrease in damage, not a huge one, like just a small one, but noticeable. Decrease in damage for every piece of armor that you get. For every amount of weight that you have, not the percentage wise, but the actual weight. Like for example, the 1.5 that I have right here, not the 5%, but the 1.5. That's what it counts towards. Getting less damage on you. This is a tutorial, but I'm also answering questions if they pop in chat. But yeah, mainly it's the tutorial. So yeah, I use that because I have the time, because my key was low. So I can show right here. So yeah, I get rid of all my key, dashing forward fast, and then when it's really low, I go to the menu and get rid of everything. So I don't have to worry about that anymore. This guy right here can hit you. It's normally not an issue if it hits you. There, I did it badly. You're supposed to. Okay, moment. You're supposed to, instead of doing what I did right there, right here, I was supposed to do a dash, and then attack, right? A dash attack, right? But I managed my key very poorly, and I didn't manage to do it. So instead of that, I just did something that's not what you're supposed to do. But you're supposed to do dash forward, an attack, and do a dash attack, not a regular attack. But yeah, as you can see, I didn't have key for that. So yeah, I got hit. Also, another thing is that I did that right there, but I didn't do it properly. You get the item, and then I was blocking right there, but because I got hit, like see at the R1 right there, when I'm getting this thing, I'm pressing R1, but since I got hit, it didn't count towards like getting the guard up, so I didn't unsheath my weapon. And then the same thing as before, low on key, use some menu and whatnot. And equip the Kusarigama. Okay, right here. You can use both the Kusarigama or the sword here. The Kusarigama is faster, I mean it's safer, but slower. The sword is a bit harder, but you know, it's not too hard, and it's faster. So yeah, one quick attack on high stance to the head, and then I do some, as you can see right there, I wet it a bit. Yeah, I got some water. Yo, Alchemist, what is up? So yeah, as you can see right there, do an attack, wait a bit. As you can see, my key right here is pretty much ready for the key pulse. So right here, I do the L1 and X, which is switch to low stance. That's just on optimization. Damn, my frames are getting shit. I'm also recording, so it's fine. But yeah, as you can see, I'm doing that, and then I do the key pulse into low stance, and then dash forward once to get the key. That's just small optimizations. You don't have to do it. It's you know, if you're not used to do it, like, you should not do it. But you know, I've been running Nioh for so long. But yeah, as you can see right here, I get the longbow and some arrows. This is necessary for this route in order to make things work. You'll see why later. Then I level up 7 magic. All the routes use 7 magic and at this point. And then let me just do it a bit slower. Right here, the Vigorate Talisman and Weakness Talisman. You want the Weakness Talisman, but you cannot get it if you don't get the Vigorate. And then you go and get Talisman Water. And then you go to the other side of the page, you know, to the bottom of the page. And then you get Incantation Mastery. You cannot see the full thing because my cam is covering it, but you know, it's okay. It's not really needed to know what it says exactly. And then you obviously ready both of them, and then you equip them, or you ready them on whatever slots that you want. I'm like losing all the fucking frames for some reason. But yeah, one thing that I do, that I recommend doing, you don't have to do it, but I put my elixir on both the slots, both, I don't know how to say it, whatever, on both instances of the slots, you know, when you press R2, yes, R2, to switch between one and the other. So I put both elixirs on top, so every time that I press up, I'm gonna heal no matter what. So I don't have the situation where I'm pressing up and either I don't heal or I do something else. So yeah, you don't want that to happen. You can either just keep that in mind or just put both on top, and it only wastes like 1 second. Okay, another thing, right here. This right here, you want to, well, I'll explain this first. So yeah, you want to stop dashing right here. You should not dash past this point, because then you will get staggered by this yokai spawning right here. And then right here, on this precise spot, well, it's not super precise, you can, you know, you have some wiggle room, of course. But yeah, right there, you just want to dash to this side, like in this way, from here to here, in this diagonal way. You'll see me do it right now. Right there. So in order to do, you want to do that in order to just get 2 ticks of damage instead of 3. 3 ticks of damage from the fire will kill you, unless instead of getting sword and kusarigama, you get spear and kusarigama, for example. But that's not faster. That's not fast. Because sword, you know. But yeah, once you get past that, you spend some more ki and then you heal, and then you get 1 tick of damage right there. Getting 1 tick of damage there is pretty easy. It's basically the same concept, but it's like way easier to get. And then right here, you want to use the rider. Yeah, I was a bit slow, mainly because I was still confused from, you know, normally when you get in front of the boss, you want to do some certain things, like, and at the start of the speedrun, you have less things to do, right? But this is pretty much the only point of the game where you do not do how is it called? I forgot. Summer Twilight. Yes, Summer Twilight. So yeah, right there I was like, just by muscle memory, I was trying to do Summer Twilight, and that cost me some time. But yeah, you just want to use the water amulet right there, or talisman. But yeah, because I wasted a bit of time, then I had to deal with that guy. But yeah, you just want to do that one. Anyways, at the start of the fight, just weakness. Switch to high stance, as you can see right there. I'm gonna put it again. So I start the fight with low stance because I was traveling that way. I can switch it like in the black screen before, but you know, I just do it like this. So yeah, weakness. While I'm casting weakness, I switch to high, as you can see right there. Then you go to him. You don't run to him. You just walk to him and do some light attacks on high stance. Then I do this because I'm used to do it, but I switch to low stance and then dash forward and then switch to high stance, and that's like just some things that are like not really, they don't hurt the speedrun for me, but they're not necessary at all, and they're not like, you don't need to do that at all. You don't save time. You don't, you know, it's just my thing. Okay. But yeah, basically the idea is to just hit on the horn, full combo, and then go to the back and do another combo right there. You should, if you do it right, you should debuff him with water right there on the last hit. But depending on how the first hit went, you might have missed 1 or 2 attacks, so you wouldn't be able to debuff him with water. But that's not a big issue, just a small issue. So yeah, you do it again on the back, and then you go back again, and then you get rid of all his ki. And then with the last hit right there, you should be able to get rid of all his HP and kill him. But you know, I wasn't hitting on the back all the time. You know, hitting on the back does extra damage. So that's why I wasn't able to finish him on the last hit right there. And then if you don't finish him on that one, I recommend, depending on his HP, to either finish him off quickly on low stance and do some, you know, low stance heavy attacks. Or depending on if you see that it's too risky, like he will attack and whatnot, just wait for the next attack and do either another high stance light attacks or low stance heavy attacks. But yeah, once you do that, you're good to go. You're in the mission, and then you want to do this menu pretty quickly. You know, open the menu, confirm these things. There's 2 messages, and then you go to the learn. You should already be there. Learn skills, and you should be on magic. So you want to press L1 4 times. Yes, 4 times. And then, yeah, you go X, left, X, and then you should be able to have grapple and Reaper at that point. If you don't get it immediately, don't worry, you can still do some menu while the screen is black, because that's how the game works. So yeah, if you're worried about that, like if you didn't get it, you can hear it getting it if you're too slow before the black screen hits, and yeah, you can do it while the black screen is happening. And if you don't do it then you have to do it later. But yeah, this is just some black screen, skipping some stuff. Okay, so right here for this route we level up 7 body and 6 spirit. 7 body basically allows us later to survive the ship attacks from Umi-bozu. So that's one thing that you want to do. But yeah, we're heading to the next escape real soon. Skip the cutscene and whatnot. Oh yeah, another thing. Every time that you finish a fight, I'm just gonna go back for this. Okay, so as you can see right here, finish the fight and I switch to sword. That's gonna be useful because then you would need to switch to sword every time that you start the level because you have already switched to sword. Anyways. Just some low stance dashing. And over here, right there, okay. Right here I have the setup and I just need to walk a little bit forward and right on this spot right here, this is my point of reference. This shadow over here is my reference. So I go along the shadow and then when I get near enough to this part of here, before I drop, I just go to the right. Right, because this ledge right here, it looks like you just want to go that way, right? But the thing is that if you go that way, this rock right here, or maybe some invisible walls, who knows, will actually prevent you from progressing that way. So you want to go this way instead. So yeah, as you can see right there, look at the inputs. I'm pressing the X button, so I'm dashing. And I'm also going to the right, quite a bit to the right, like at least 60 degrees to the right. Like if this is 0, then 60 right here, at least, okay? And you'll see how I follow. Oh yeah, I don't know why I was pointing that. One moment. I was looking at the wrong one, I don't know why. Okay, so yeah, this is the spot. This is the spot. So yeah, but the thing is that like you think you want to go this way, but no, you want to go this way. And then you land, and this is an axe that you can get. The axe will be able to, you would use the axe on Tachibana if you don't get Odachi, and even if you get an Odachi, like you might just want to use the axe. But yeah, right here when you're opening this chest right here, also heal when you're on low key after that, because otherwise you won't have enough HP to survive the next part. But yeah, you open this chest, and then you learn the Summer Twilight right there. Summer Twilight that is on Kusarigama. So yeah, it's really easy to access because you already did the menu for Reaper before. So yeah, you have that menu open. And then you drop right down here. You can also go to the right here instead. Like there's another path here. And then you can drop to the left. Like right next to a skeleton, and then you get a shrine that's like somewhere over here. But that's not fast. That's just for Peach strats. But yeah, if you do that, if you're going to that shrine, then you kind of want to do the level up in this point, not before. And that would also mean that you wouldn't be able to do the menu that I did before on the chest. You'll have to do it later. But if you want Peach strats, the shrine is there. Yeah, if you go this way, that's... If you drop right there, you cannot go that way. But yeah, the shrine is like right behind that place. So yeah, this is a travel amulet. It's really important for certain parts of the speedrun. And then I missed it, but yeah, you're supposed to get it before you dash away. You should be able to have enough time to get it and then either dodge or block the next attack. Okay, and right here, you just do the typical buff that you can do in the speedrun. This is Summer Twilight and Water. That's the most typical one. And yeah, while I'm doing that, I do some menu. right there. So I get ready the Lombo and the matchlock. You don't need to ready the matchlock, but the Lombo is going to be used right here. I'm just doing this menu right now to, you know, because I have some downtime while the buff animations are happening. But yeah, as soon as the fight starts, as you can see right here, I'm already doing it. I'm spamming, well, I'm holding L2 and spamming R2 so I can shoot as fast as possible. And then you use weakness, run to her, Reaper. You see me right there switching to high stance. That's just a habit for me, but for Reaper you don't need to switch to high stance. It's just that because I use Water Sword, which is on high stance with the dual swords, then I just have the habit of switching to high stance even though it's not needed. It doesn't hurt me, it doesn't really benefit me from doing it with the Kusarigama, but you know. Yeah, that's just a side thing. But yeah, you get the key low. Okay, I'm just gonna explain it a bit more actually. So right here, this is a good spot right there, right where I am right now. That's what you want to be. Like there's other stops, other spots, yes. But one of the most comfy spots is right in front of her and not on her face, like not right here. Like for example, if this is Hino-emna, this glass of water, you don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. You want to be like right here. Pretty close, but not right on top of her. If you're too far or you're too close, the chances of her grabbing you out of the Reaper are pretty high. So yeah, you want to have like to be like on her, but not super close to her. I was pretty close there, honestly. I was maybe just like, I don't know, a few centimeters from being too close. But yeah, you want to get rid of all her ki. So when you do this, she just gets staggered again. And then you get the same, you know, this is the good, perfect position in front of her and good distance. And she will miss again the grab. And she's gone. And as usual, switch to sword. And now right here, you have some time to equip whatever you have. You know, better sword, better Kusarigama, especially better Kusarigama, because that's the one that you're going to use next. But yeah, skip some stuff. No need for any menuing on the map or anything. You just go forward. And then you do some low stance dashing, whatnot. Oh yeah, right here I changed to the match lock. That's basically the second slot is my setup, whatever. You get these things right there. Watch out with the spawning yokai. You don't want to spawn. You don't want to be right where it spawns because that would stagger you, and you know you'll basically die most likely. But yeah, you want the moment talisman and also the small soulstone, but small soulstone is not a big deal, honestly. You can live without it. And then I do some more menu to ready the moment talisman actually, because we're going to use it really soon, within the next few seconds. And then you get these things right here. These are more necessary, or not necessary, but you know, like you kind of want that. But yeah, as soon as you open the door, you buff with the Kusarigama, you know, the Summer Twilight, and the water. And what I do, my setup is as soon as the HP bar appears, I start casting weakness, lock on to the boss, and then run to behind him. And as soon as the lightning drops, you use the moment talisman, and then some low stance. Low stance heavy attacks right there. And then you can keep doing low stance or switch to high stance. They're pretty much interchangeable, but low stance is able to hit more, just with a bit of less damage. On high stance, you'll be able to do more damage, but if you're not positioned like really well, like you might miss some hits. And right there to finish off, I do that, but it would be faster if to just do like 1 or 2 low stance heavy attacks. Anyways, you ready? Yes. Okay. So by default, the gestures that you're going to have is the one on the center, this one right here. Okay. This is by default. Why is it over here already? Because this is not the first run that I did that day or that stream. So the way the game works is like if you have the setup, like if you have the setting available, like basically the cursor would be on the point where it last was, and that also includes your previous attempts. For example, when you reset a run and then you do another one, if you were on the ninja learning things, yo, what is up, Gala? If you were on the spot with the ninjas on the shrine, you would appear there. But if you were learning on, or not learning, but what is it called? If you were setting up, or like readying some ninjutsus, or some magic omnio stuff, you would appear there. It would appear in the menu of the setting up, whatever. You know what I mean. It would appear on either of them, either on the ninjutsu tree or on the magic tree. And right here on the gestures is the same. Since I already reset once that in this day, it would appear right here. But if you haven't done any runs, it should appear here. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's why I always open it, even if I have already done runs. So yeah, leave it to me is a bit faster than the clapping. And then I equip the things, the better sword, better kusarigama, and the hand cannon instead of the matchlock, or instead of nothing, if you didn't equip the matchlock. Let's equip the matchlock as level 1 runs. And then I do some more menuing, whatnot. Basically, you want to ready, at least on this route, what I do is ready travel amulet, Hyotoko masks, and fire amulets on this part of the game. Either on the elevator, when opening doors, when recovering key, stuff like that. There's also another thing that you can do. You can also learn earth and lining while you're recovering key, for example, and then you do the other menus somewhere else. But yeah, those are the things that you can do. Also keep in mind that the slot where, well, not necessarily that slot, because you're going to replace it in this route, but basically you want to keep one slot open for the moment talismans or guardian spirit talismans. But yeah, as you can see right there, I'm going for the magic things. I do it differently now, but it's just a matter of preference at this point. So yeah, lining and earth. Not going to use it right now, but just so I don't have to do it later. You can get this speech shrine that's like over there and to the left. Talk to Ginchiyo. Finish off the menus right there. Getting ready for replacing the sword with an odachi or axe, depending on what you have. I would recommend either of them, as long as one's stronger than the other, you get the strongest one. So I got an axe, that's all I got. Oh yeah, I guess I should put the audio up right now, just so you can hear what's happening. So okay, so right here when he appears and he says she came to this place, whatever, that's when you know that Ginchilin gets stuck on fighting the enemies and whatnot, and that she's coming. So you should get ready for actually like going to the boss. So you know, buff with Kusarigama if you haven't. You don't need to buff with water, that doesn't do anything actually. And another thing that you can do, or that you have to take into account right here is that when she's operating the device and the device runs out of time, that would actually glitch the game a bit and she won't do anything. So if that happens, you need to activate this one and she would move to this one and activate it. If you try to activate this one again, she won't do anything. So yeah, if that happens, take that into account, because it has happened quite a few times for me. All right. So as soon as the fight starts, the same thing as with the Hino-emna, yes, but this time you need to aim. Because on Hino-emna you don't need to aim, you just need to shoot. Right here you need to aim with the cannon, shoot him in the head, use weakness, and then you need to wait until right now, right there, when you see it right there, the Tachibana standing up. Right on this frame, that's when you want to shoot, pretty much. And then you go to him, final blow, and then what I do, and there are other setups, but what I do is to do some high stance strong attack, and as soon as the first hit connects, yes, I activate living weapon. As you can see, I'm already doing the input right here. And then I'm doing some, as you can see right here, I'm doing the the strong attack. Do the strong attack into a light attack combo, as you can see right here. And that should finish him off. I said should because this game doesn't like to be 100% consistent. If you leave him, if you leave it out of the game will try to not be consistent. Okay, so yeah, right here I equip the sword. You don't need to equip the sword right there, you will equip the Reiki later. But yeah, you should change to the matchlock because you're not going to use the cannon anymore. And the matchlock is it's better for getting rid of butterflies and whatnot later. Okay, so for this route, we're going to use the weapon dojo. But there's one thing that happened right here, is that I didn't have dual swords. On this route you need dual swords at this point, so you need to buy them. If you don't get it, of course. And yeah, and then you go to the weapon dojo. It's not too bad, you lose like 12 to 15 seconds or so. But you know, it's okay. So you run to the item, of course, you grab it, and as soon as you get it, use it. Skills, go to the sword, say yes, then exit the menu. This is important. You need to exit the menu. If you don't exit the menu, you will not, doesn't matter how long you wait, you will not get the next part. And this is when I want to unmute again. Right there, you heard that tring, tring, you know, whatever. That's when you want to unassign this, you know, unassign the sword key, or you know, do something else, whatever. That's the fastest thing that I can think of doing right there. And then exit the menu and go to position. Okay, and right there, as soon as you hear the sound of appearing enemies disappear, that's when you want to attack. So right there, you start attacking before you even see it. That's just optimizing, like you don't need to do it like that, but you know, it works well. 3 hits, switch to low stance, and do some more 3 hits. I found the most optimal way of doing this is with mid stance. So 3 hits on mid stance, then you switch to low, 3 hits on mid stance. This guy can block sometimes. This guy right here, instead of attacking, he can block. When that happens, I recommend baiting one attack, you know, moving away from it, and then getting in again, and that should work. Sometimes it doesn't. It's just, you know, the game being consistent, kappa. But yeah, that basically does it, and you move on to the next part. Oh yeah, one thing that I didn't explain. So in the menu, right there, I go to the items, because we're going to use the items straight away. The reason why we're going to do some menu right here is because, at least on the PS4 version, the game likes to lag before, you know, when you end the mission, before changing regions. So in order to kind of take profit of time, you want to do some menu before. So I use the young samurai locks, and I change to the Raikiri. Sorry for the baby rage in the background. Okay, any questions so far? All right, so yeah, you want to save up a bit of ki before you start to the, you know, you get to the poison area, just so you can avoid an early poison. It doesn't really matter too much, but if things go south, it can actually put the run in danger, or, you know, can basically kill you quite easily. But yeah, you want to get those running gun and travel amulet that I got right there. The thing that you want the most is the travel amulet. But yeah, the gun ammunition is good as well. Right here, there are several things that you can do. You can pull out the matchlock and shoot the skeleton or the you know, explosive barrel. You can also do some, what I'm going to do, which is low stance attacks, or you can also do some EI. Either of those strats work. It's just a matter of preference at this point, honestly. They're all of them pretty fast. I wouldn't know which one is fastest, honestly. It doesn't really matter too much. But yeah, for my route, I get the shrine and I level up to 10 spirit and 10 magic. As you can see right there, 10 spirit, 10 magic. That gets me with all new magic capacity at 14. And the 10 spirit is for the extra, well, to get all the benefits from Kato at this point, which the most important one is 15% extra skill damage. But yeah, and then you learn the Guardian Spirit Talisman, and then you ready it. You don't need to ready it, honestly, but it's good as a backup. Like, let me just show you. So as you can see, Kutsu Jutsu cost, whatever. Jutsu cost total goes to 13 with the Guardian Spirit Talisman. So yeah, that's why you want 10 magic right here. And then you equip it. I put it replacing the Moment Talisman. Okay, right here, as you can see, right there. As you can see right here, I'm blocking. That basically triggers the AI of what is it called? Will Monk, yes. So the Will Monk, I'm not sure. I'm just gonna lower the speed, and I'll see if actually is able to see. We're able to see what's happening, if it changes or not. Right there. I'm blocking the hit, and right after blocking, I go past it because it changes the AI. It doesn't necessarily need to block. It also changes before it blocks, but you know, sometimes you will need to block, other times you won't need to actually block. But you know, use the block and then dash past it. That's the best way to get past the Wild Monk consistently and fast. You get the Hyotoko mask right here and some rifle and ammunition, which is nice. And then you get all of this, you know, secret brush, some other stuff. You mainly want the secret brush. And then right here, you get the water sword. I also got some other stuff, but you know, the thing that you want right here is the water sword for this route. Summer Twilight. Equip the dual swords on the sword staff. Buff with water, and then you go back. Go down, yes. And then as soon as the fight starts, you want to heal. That's not necessarily because you want to heal, but because you want to wait a bit before using weakness, because otherwise you might miss the weakness, and that's bad. So yeah, healing is a good setup for it. And then you use weakness and block the first hit. And then you put yourself into position. So this position is pretty much perfect, right there. You want to be right there. But sometimes instead of spitting something like paralysis, rock, venom, whatever, or poison, the centipede will actually slam. If the centipede slams, you kind of want to wait a bit more before you go to the side in order to position yourself correctly. You want it to be as straight, as straight as possible. If that happens, if not, then this is good. And then right there, you see that I break two body parts and also apply water debuff to him. That's exactly what you want to do. So there I'm going to finish right there, and then right here I change to okay. I do the other strat. I think it's because I didn't get good to Kusarigama, but yeah, if you don't manage to break the two things, you know, the two body parts, what you can do is use Guardian Spirit Talismans, and then you can do another water sword, which is what I do right here, even though I got the strat. But ultimately, what you want to do is, if you have like a decently strong Kusarigama, you want to finish that water sword, the first one, switch to Kusarigama, activate Living Weapon, you do the special attack, and then do Reaper. But here I'm just going to do this. Sometimes you'll only need one, but I recommend casting two just in case. And that's a fight. As always, change to sword. And then you move on to the Umi-bozu fight. Okay, so you want to talk to Fuku. There's a strat where you can actually skip talking to Fuku and also getting the bonfires, but it's really risky, and depending on the RNG that you get, you might just get screwed over and you cannot get it properly. So I recommend doing this, unless you really want to save for some extra time because the run is optimized. Yeah, you want to kill that guy so it doesn't hit you. You can also like not kill it, but I recommend killing it. It's more comfy. Then you light that. Use 2 spirit stones. And right here, this is a good lineup if you're interested in getting this. Another Hyotoko mask. You only need 2, honestly. You could even go with 1, but you know I would recommend 2 at least. And you know, 3 is even better. Okay, so right here, depending on the RNG that you get, yeah, one mask is pretty monk-ass. Depending on the RNG that you get, the fight will change. Okay, so right here I got a laser, so what I had to change was to not go to the first, you know, blob too fast. So wait it a bit so I can just cast the thing properly. If I didn't wait for it, I could be hit by the laser while I'm casting it. So yeah. If that doesn't happen, you want to go as fast as possible to the next blob. But the thing is, there's one RNG that you, depending on how fast you are menuing and whatnot, you might want to get, or you might not want to get. And that is moving to one of the sides at the start instead of doing any moves. If that happens, kill the blobs super fast and ready the either the Kusarigama or the dual swords. Honestly, you can use either to have some fire, because you know the fight is going to start really fast. But yeah, here that doesn't happen. There's, oh yes, I should mention this. There's like some kind of a counter on the attacks that he can do at the start. If he doesn't move to the side at the start, he can basically do like 3 attacks. And I say basically kinda because he can technically do 4. I don't know why, what is up with that. I don't know why he sometimes does 4. But yeah, basically the laser counts as 2 attacks and any other attack counts as 1. So normally if he does a laser and then another attack, you should be fine. But keep an eye on him because sometimes he doesn't. And yeah, any other attack, he will do like 3 total attacks before moving to the side. So right now, after this attack, he'll move to the side, as you can see right there. He's already moving. And then I buff, ready the sword, buff right there, ready some skills. I recommend doing some menuing while buffing or while doing some stuff. Right here, I'm gonna use the mask, and then I do some more menu, so I get the Morning Moon. I recommend getting, at this point, after this fight, you need to have Morning Moon and Flux 2. You want to have both of them. But yeah, when he's not doing any big attack, you want to do this kind of stuff. And there I start, okay, so this is my setup for this kind of attack. On the laser on this part, what I do is I use a quick water sword, and then I use a mask. That basically sets it up so I have the maximum output of damage, pretty much. So right there, I finish it quick, and then I do the output. And now, when he's below 58% HP, okay, so below this point, more or less, of HP, he will move to second phase. But you want the HP to be around here or lower. If it's not around here or lower, kind of worry, because things are going to be rough. If he's like right here, that's really bad news for you, because you will need to fight on the last phase in order to get it done. From here down, depending on RNG, like you might not need. But yeah, this is perfect RNG. Okay, yes, you want to use before he leaps out of the water, you want to cast Living Weapon, because otherwise you'd still be on the animation if you don't do it before that. So yeah, and then you get there. You want to be in this point right here or here, like right between Umi-bozu and the door, or on this part right here. I don't recommend being here or here or here. Why do you want to be here? Because there's a chance that Umi-bozu does a spin attack, and if he does a spin attack, he will take way more damage from the Hyotoko mask, because it like basically gets more ticks of damage for some reason. Right there, as you can see, I was really fast. So even if he had more HP, I would have still been able to finish him off because of the extra damage. Okay, what happens if he doesn't do that? and after this fight, after this Hidoko mask, he's still alive. Okay, so what happens is that you have the special attack and a Guardian Spirit Talisman to use in order to do more damage. If after that you don't kill it, wait it out, wait for big openings and whatnot. But yeah, if those things don't kill it, it's because you didn't set up the HP properly, pretty much. Normally, you would only need to rely on one more, not more than one. Like one special attack or one, one of those things. Anyways, as I said it before changing to regions, you can do some menuing. So if you didn't learn all the skills that you're supposed to be learning at this point, to have learned at this point, I recommend doing it right now after this thing. So you'll get the Foreboding Seas unlocked and the Warrior Adept Dojo unlocked. So right there, what I did is to correct a menu that I did wrong. And yeah, then move to the next region. So yeah, if anyone's got any questions, feel free to ask at any moment. All right. So yeah, some low stance dashing. Here I don't recommend dashing because you can fall quite easily. So I just run for that small part. Then you bath with water. This spider sometimes likes to play, but this time she was nice. But she can just jump back and it's annoying. Yeah, you would just need to follow her and kill her, honestly. Okay, and right here, right at this point, right where it was, that's the trigger spot for the spider. And then you want to kind of get away from, like I'm doing right here, get away and move to this part. And that would normally trigger the spider to do a jump attack. So that would basically allow you to get on his back. As you can see right here, I do that, but I don't get the good RNG. But yeah, you would go to his back and yeah, do it. I'll later on to check some other clips, some other parts to to better show what it looks like. But yeah, once you get the back, it's basically like 2 morning moons. Here I level up 10 body and rest on magic, which is 16. And then I already aligning on earth, and that's the last time where I actually do some menu. Oh yeah, I messed it up, man. My PB is bad. But yeah, already both earth and lining. You want to observe this guy right here, like this on Yudo. And depending on what he does, dash. Basically, you just want to save a dash in order to time a dodge, if necessary. Okay, there are other ways to do this part right here. You can use some bombs, whatnot, but what I do is basically what I did before. Bait in the jump attack. And then I went for a strong attack instead, because reasons. But yeah, you might want to do some more menu on those doors. And then right here, you just, get the key, dash away, and use the travel amulet on that spot where I was. And while you're opening this door, use this small soulstone, or if you don't have it because reasons, just use a regular Spirit Stone, should also work. Sometimes you don't even need to use any of the stones because more enemies have died randomly. But yeah, normally you would need to. So yeah, Summer Twilight. Equip the wool swords, buffing with water. And you could technically do it with weakness, but I like to do it without it because it's more consistent. So yeah, you dodge the first attack. Dodge the first attack. Get on his back, do some low stance roller attack, and then get in with some water sword. Right there. And as soon as you do the water debuff, you activate living weapon. And then you watch her a bit, go back a little bit just in case, and use the special attack, and then you just demolish her with regular attacks. Okay, there are some other things that you should know. One moment, I'm gonna mute my mic one moment. I'm still not fully recovered from my voice, but you know, it's okay. But yeah, one thing that you should know is you should get certain skills apart from the ones that I have already shown. You should get Sign of the Cross, low stance, keep pulsing when dodging. What is it called? Mind's Eye for the dual swords. Flying Monkey 2. And then what is it called? There's another skill that you basically gives you like 6% more HP. Not more attack when you're full HP. Yes, pretty much. Yeah, you want to get rid of that menu right there. It will always pop there. Match lock to the butterflies and just low stance dash your way there and do some morning moon. You can also do some EI if you have learned it. That's another thing that you should get at some point. Yes, okay. And this skeleton right here, you should watch for what he does, and depending on the energy that you get, you want to iframe the attack or get away and whatnot before going up the ladder. But yeah, right there, you want to go this way in order to aggro, or you know, to bait. Yeah, to bait this skeleton. Sometimes he won't get bait, so watch out with that. But yeah, that way you should have enough time to do a morning moon right there, or an EI. You want to get all of the crystals as possible for the Merida. This skeleton sometimes is a problem, but normally he isn't. So that basically allows you to use 2 stones right there while you're waiting. for the door to open. And that should set you up with enough Amrita to get the living weapon. Another Morning Moon. And then you use Summer Twilight, equip dual swords, buff with lightning. And then right at the start you use Weakness. And wait for the proper attack. This is not the proper attack. This is the proper attack. And I use Water Sword until she debuffs. And then you wait for an attack to happen. Like that one. That was not good, honestly. That was pretty bad. But yeah. Basically, that's the overall thing that you want to do. You want to iframe the staff attack that she throws. And then use Water Sword. Before you pop the living weapon and special attack. And then the regular attacks. Basically the same thing as with level 1, but with weakness. So it's faster. So yeah, you want to go to the next mission right now. And here's what I do, is like I use Summer Twilight right here, and while I wait for the animation to happen, I use 4 Spirit Stones. And then some Morning Moon to finish that thing, that crystal. Sometimes you wouldn't have a strong enough sword. So watch out for that. You need another attack. Okay, so right there you want to bait the bomb attack right here for a while. So it doesn't fall on your face while trying to climb the ladder. Okay, I'm gonna take a break because throat. It sucks, but I'm just like not fully recovered yet. So yeah, beer. Let's continue with this. We're at this point. Yes. Okay. So yeah, at this point, you just want to dash, you know, the usual stuff. In level 1 it's a bit different, a bit more spooky, but you know, it's okay. So yeah, Summer Twilight, you change to Spear, and you buff with Water. There's a different strat on other routes, and you know, I just want to do my own thing. So I come up with this strat for level 1, and it also works for not level 1, of course. The other thing that you need to do is to not use weakness at the start. So you run to the side, you know, to 90 degrees, no, 30 degrees, yes, 30. I don't know why I said 90. 30 degrees to the right. And as soon as it's on range, you do the full light, low stance light attack. And then that would, as you can see right there, that debuffs with Water. And he can do 2 things. One, the thing that he's doing right now, which is moving to the side, like doing like a small circle. And when that happens, he's going to do a claw attack. So you need to dash forward and then use the living weapon. That would set up the rest of the fight pretty nicely. And the other thing that he can do is, instead of that, he will go back, like he will jump backwards. And in that case, you need to get close to him, use the Garden Spirit Talisman, use living weapon, and then use the special attack. But yeah, basically, like the only difference is that in that one you need to do the Garden Spirit Talisman before. But yeah, right here it's like you dash forward, staggered, and then you use limit weapon, special attack while he's getting staggered, and then you just do regular attacks. Make sure that you're on range, because sometimes he will jump back and get out of range. So yeah, make sure you don't miss hits like that. And then finish the fight, easy peasy. No need for weakness or anything. The reason why we're not using weakness for Joro-Gumo and for Byakko, or White Tiger, is because that would basically mess up the timing for everything, and the fight won't be as consistent with those strats. But yeah, after that you want to level up. All in skill, that's what I do. I don't know why, but I did. Oh yeah, I was like basically like kind of lost in my thoughts. But yeah, level up everything on skill, and then move on to the next region. And on to Iga Escape. Okay, so this situation was a bit awkward, honestly. I'm gonna... As you can see right there, he didn't actually like hit me. Like, he's supposed to hit you when you are opening this door right here. Like, right there, he's supposed to be hitting you. But that didn't happen because RNG and consistency in this game. So basically I had to avoid the next attack by being peachy. Like, for example, like, yeah, I tried to go there, but he attacked me because he didn't attack earlier. And yeah. But yeah, normally he attacks and then you block the second attack, and then you can just dash to the next part, easy. Yo, what is up, gents? Welcome. Okay, so another thing is right here in this place, this is a trap. This right here is a trap. So you want to dash as close as possible to the trap. You dash twice and then you get past the trap, easy peasy. And then you want to fall on this one because that's shorter. And while you're opening this door, you equip the Omniomage headgear, whatever. And use a Garden Talisman, because that would basically stagger this yokai that's right there. And then you can open this easily. Buff with Summer Twilight that I failed to do the first time for some reason. And use either 3 large Spirit Stones or 3 Spirit Stones. Both of them work. And then you can do either Reaper, some light stands, strong attacks. Yeah, low stands, strong attacks on with the Kusarigama, or you can do Morning Moon. Either of them work. Okay, so there's some... okay, moment. Right here to the left, and there's a shortcut to the first shrine that we skipped. You can take that. I recommend getting that if if you're not being super optimal. Then right here you use the Guardian Spirit Talisman to get rid of that guy, and then you can either go to the shrine to the right, for which case if you do that you don't need the previous thing that I mentioned, or you just go straight if you just want to save time and be risky. You get this travel amulet, get to the middle and aim and shoot. Then you can dash forward. If you're positioned correctly, you should not fall. And right here, activate living weapon. As you can see, I'm already doing the input right here. That will basically push the ninja from behind you. And then you can do a special attack or a Grand Speed Talisman. And that would trigger this part. And right here you want to wait for one attack and dash past it, yes. You can get that shortcut right there if you got this right. So if you die right here, like you don't lose as much time. And then right here I'm just gonna do some more menus. Like I said before, Sun across, low stance dashing, those keep pulsing, Mind's Eye, Flying Monkey 1 and 2. And then I also learned the EI Quick Draw. And I forgot, did I forget to... Yeah, I think I did. Maybe I do it right now. I forgot to learn the Kusarigama skills. Oh yeah, I got really shitty RNG right there. He's supposed to... Okay, right? Let me show you. Like right at the start, you use weakness, right? And he's supposed to jump, but sometimes he decides to be an asshole and not jump. So yeah, you need to do this. You really throw me off, honestly. Yeah, this fight was really fucking bad on my end. Yeah, block when that happens. Yeah, he was really being super shitty right there. Anyways, Morning Moon strats. He was being so shitty in this fight, honestly. In this run. Normally he's not as shitty. I'll later show a better fight. So yeah, as you can see, my PB is pretty bad. I should be able to get a 112 something at this point. Maybe even sub 112. I might actually get it after this tutorial because I plan on doing some runs. But who knows? We'll see. Okay, for this next part, there's several things that you can do. You can either, okay, I'll explain it here. You can either go to the shrine on the map earlier and change to Fuseushi. You know, the spirit garden spirit of bull. And then use garden spirit talisman strats. Or you can do what I do right here in this run. This is more optimal, but it's also less comfy. So you know, do as you see. But yeah, right here, this is the Ogress key skip. It's only possible in this route where you do the Dojo mission, in the warrior mission. One moment. My throat is killing me. But yeah, basically you equip the spear once you get in. I should explain a bit more, I guess. As you can see, like you can see the angle right there. You want to approach it with this angle that William is at right now, and do some low stance dashing forward. And then when you're in, you can use the spear and the flying monkey too. Basically, a light attack, dash forward right afterwards, and then use either a strong or light attack. And if you do it right, which by the way I cannot explain much because this skip is a bit weird and I'm not consistent at it at all. But yeah, if you do it right, you will land on top of the wall right here. And at this point, you want to use either Sign of the Cross or EI of a single sword. Oh man, nah. But yeah, you want to do either of them, and that should put you on top of that invisible platform. You bath with the Kusarigama, and then you either with sword or dual swords. I recommend dual swords if you have a strong enough dual sword, because it's easier to set up. Then you go to this part right here next to the skeleton, and then you buff with water. Because otherwise, if you just run or dash past it, like you will get hit by the skeleton and die. So yeah, you want to basically trigger the Skelly. Weakness at the start, run to her, water sword, till the debuff, which I didn't do it properly there. But yeah, and when you have time, buff with... Yo, Joey, what is up? What is that emote? But yeah, when you have time, you buff with Earth. She's weak to Earth, and then you do some Water Sword, and you finish off with whatever attacks you need. I recommend Sound of the Cross. Where is that emote? Virgil. Oh, from Brilliant Suns? I see. And I don't think I've seen any of his streams, honestly. Yeah, I know it's an elixir, but it's just I didn't know where it was from. But yeah, right here I wasn't able to change to sword for some reason. Maybe because I didn't get one recently. I did recognize it was an elixir. I saw it was an elixir, but I didn't know what channel it was from. Sharky, also welcome. Like of course I recognize the elixir at first sight. I do need elixir to set up some HP and because of damage from fall and whatnot, but not in fights. No, in fights I don't need elixirs. But yeah, this mission is the cutscene mission. No need to explain anything, you just need to skip 2 cutscenes, and that's it. Elixir. Elixir. I don't know. But yeah, you go to the next mission. I don't know if I do it in my PB. But there are several things that you can do in this mission. You can either break the crystals, Elixir Sago, no, I'm insane. You can either break the crystals or cheese the boss. I don't remember what I did on my PB. But yeah, you can get also the Peach Shrine right here to the right. It's right over here behind this wall. You can get that if you want. If you do the, what is it called? The Fuseushi strats for Ogress, you might want to get that and change to Kato. Oh yeah, right there. I used the skill right there. Full Moon Kata, whatever. That's for the extra damage on full HP. Okay, so I went for destroying the crystals. This is just the regular thing. So because I didn't have a strong enough sword, I decided to go with Kusarigama. And you can either do that, Reaper, or you can do some low stance, strong attacks, yes. Depending on how strong your Kusarigama is. One thing is might be more optimal than the others. You can also cheese him. I'll show it later. What do you do if a girl says you're easy? I don't know. No girl said that to me, so I don't know. Okay, so yeah, here's one thing that this is not important for not level 1, but on level 1, this attack kills you. What do you do on level 1 if this attack kills you? Well, you just go and hope he doesn't attack. Enjoy your level 1 runs, if you decide to do. You're impossible. Okay, after opening this door, just run to the next, don't dash. That would basically be 100% consistent. If you dash, you might screw it up and die. So yeah, don't dash. Here you can use sword or dual swords. I recommend dual swords because they're normally stronger and also easier to set up with a strap right here. But yeah, with the bow, just shoot her right there. As you can see, I aim slightly to the left and down, maybe, and then shoot. It's pretty easy. And then you go to her back, wait for her to slam the floor, use weakness, move a little bit, to set up the time, because if you just go for it immediately, you would ruin the strat. And then you sign the cross, and keep in mind right here, you're doing some sheathing cancel, sheath cancel. I will explain later how to do it, but keep that in mind that you're canceling the sheath animation in order to make this strat work. And then right there, I don't need to do any of that, so I just finish with a chain sign of the cross. You never make that shot? You mean the bow shot? Okay, as usual, you have some time to menu right here. I recommend doing this, so you don't do as you do a bit more damage with the range weapons. You're not gonna use the range weapons too much, but it might save you a bit with the snakes, or do some slight extra damage on Shima Sakon and Nobunaga. Yeah, for the bow shot, it's just aim slightly to the left and maybe a bit down, and shoot like as fast as possible. But yeah, now this level, there are several ways to progress through this level. I'm just going to the most obvious one, because honestly, I'm not even sure if the other ones are worth it. But yeah, you take this barrel of water, So you can dash through the fire. Same thing right here. Get this barrel of water, because otherwise you're going to take a lot of fire damage. And if you're on level 1, you're not going to survive that fire damage. Keep mentioning level 1, but you know, you're not supposed to be level 1 in this category. That's another category. Oh yeah, on this part, I recommend going to the right. If you go to the left, sometimes the yokai will actually block you and hit you. So that's more dangerous. So yeah, go to the right. And right here, I like to go to the right before the barrel, and then as soon as I see the whale monk appear, then I dash to the left. Just like that. And right here you have a peach shrine. You can take it or not. I'd recommend taking it if you're not being super optimal. And you can level up or not. Actually, there's no reason to level up in this route at this point. So yeah, you want to take that barrel. You can also not take it, but you'll be super low on HP after that fire. And on level 1 you will die. But yeah. Watch out for these enemies, it's like really annoying. Honestly, it's just very annoying to navigate through this level. Especially after the shrine. You would normally only get hit once right here by that attack. Sometimes you will not get hit. But yeah, if you die right there on full HP, it's because you were too slow. Keep dual swords, you know, same thing, Summer Twilight has dual swords, buff. And then right here, right at the start, you want to dash twice forward. Then switch to high stance. And as soon as, you know, not as soon as, but right after the bow, no, after he shots with a matchlock, you want to do this light attack on high stance to get him out of the air. Then switch to low stance, yes. Dash past him. Cast weakness. Wait, the same thing that I did before, you know, reposition yourself. That's not to reposition yourself, but to give you a bit of time, so you can time the actual EI, or, you know, sign of the cross. And then, you know, you do it, go back, cancel it fast, as fast as possible, and then do another one. As fast as possible, do another one. As fast as possible, do another one. Right there. I'm gonna play it again on full speed. And with voice. Okay, right there. And now I'll do it on less speed. Okay. So you can see he shoots, and right when he's starting to fall, I hit him with a light attack on high stance. Then I switch to low stance and dash past him. Do weakness, reposition myself a bit. Then do some EI, I hit him on the back. I cancel. You can see what happens right here on the cancel, by the way. Easy clap. So yeah, I'll explain later in more detail how the EI cancels work. But yeah, right there I equipped the sword because I didn't get one on the fight, but you do get one as reward. So if you don't have a sword to buy them, you can do that. It's not optimal, but you know. Okay, right now I don't know if I got it on my PV or not because I haven't checked this run in a while. But yeah, you basically just dash and whatnot. Nothing special going on here. But over here, you see that item right there? You want to get it. There's also a shortcut. Oh, okay, so right here, this door right here is a shortcut. If you feel like you're probably going to die to the boss, you can get this one. It's a door with, you know, you need to remove the lock and whatnot. It's pretty slow, but you know, it's better than running around if you die. You get the Yasha's Kusarigama, Bath with Summer Twilight. Use 3 large Spirit Stones or a Spirit Stone, and then update your Kusarigama to the best one, and then move to the fight. And then at the start of the fight, you want to do Weakness, and go to the corner, to the, you know, to the corner that I'm going to do right now. So yeah, Weakness, and move to the left and back to this corner. Wait for this attack, and then when he's doing that, yeah, let me just. So right there, that's when you want to dodge. Okay, on that kick. That's the most normal thing that he can do. He can do other stuff, but normally he will kick like that. That's when you want to dodge, pass him, and as soon as you do that, you activate Living Weapon. As you can see right here, I'm not pressing triangle immediately. I'm waiting a little bit because if I'm just spamming triangle, if I were to do that, I would just do strong attacks. But what I want to do is Reaper, so I want to wait a little bit, and as soon as the block is happening, that's when you want to start doing Reaper. And if you do it right like this, he will just stagger and die. Easy peasy. Normally you get dual swords right there, but it can happen that you cannot, that you don't get dual swords. Up to your luck. I would say the chances are about 90% of getting dual swords. From my experience. So consider yourself pretty unlucky if you don't get dual swords. And if you don't get dual swords on Okatsu, then it's like insanely unlucky, because I feel like that's like a 99%. Oh yeah, this part right here. So if you want to skip the shrine, you can go to this guy right here with the cannon, and then that's past him. You go to him so he takes out the cannon, because that way you just avoid getting shot on the back. And then, you know, Summer Twilight, change to dual swords. You can also do it with the sword, I remember, but it's like easier with dual swords and a bit faster, I feel like. Aim slightly up for this one. So you can see right there, I aim slightly up, and then shoot him in the back, in the head. Weakness, reposition myself, and then do the AI cancels with Sign of the Cross. Easy peasy. And then you can finish off with another cancel into Sign of the Cross or a final blow. Why do I not just do another Sign of the Cross without the cancel, like changing it so it's like faster? Because for some reason, for both Saika and Shima Sakon, that's not actually a good thing. Like they would take longer to give you the go forward, you know, to finish the mission. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to kill them as fast as possible. You want to kill him. You want to give him a bit of time after getting, after after he hits the sign of the cross. Okay, so you go to Karajishi and then put everything on spirit. Everything on spirit. Because Karajishi is best spirit. And here's you can do it you can do it in two ways. You can, as soon as you skip the cutscene, you can enter the menu and use 4 large crystals, or large spirit stones, or 4 spirit stones. Or you can just do what I do here, dash forward, immediately, so you don't lose time. Be careful with the road bumpers called yokai spawns. You don't want to dash into them. Drop right here, change to the Kusarigama on the air. Summer Twilight, and then you want to use, see, like right here I only have 1 large spirit stone, so I'm going to go to the spirit stones and use 4 of them. There we go. And then I move to the feet, buff, and do that. You can also just buff earlier, but I decided to do that right there. Careful with the skull right there. Sometimes a skeleton will spawn right here. If that happens, right around here, pull out the bow and shoot him on the head. You should have enough time to do everything else. But yeah, I like to buff here. Do some weakness. If the skeleton happens, forget about buffing. Just go to this place, use weakness, and pop the living weapon. And then when's a good time to pop living weapon? As soon as you see the crystals, the light, the purple light effects, whatever, disappear, or be disintegrated. That's when you want to pop the living weapon. I'm actually going to put some. The audio right here so you can hear it. So yeah, right there. When you hear that, that's when you want to go. And then just Reaper till it dies. I'm not using audio because I would be talking on top of myself. But otherwise, I will be using it all the time. It's just that, I do commentary, so... Okay, so yeah, another thing. Here, you want to do a few things in this, after defeating this boss. You want to lock your best dual swords, and if you get an Odachi, you kind of want to lock that one as well. And then apart from that, you want to update sword and Kusarigama, like just equip the better one. The Odachi is not really necessary, but I would recommend locking the best tool swords that you have. But yeah, right here you have some more time to do more menuing. Just, you have like a few seconds while the game is loading the next region. Basically, just seconds to do stuff that's kind of useful. But yeah, you go to the next mission. And then you just dash past everything, nothing too interesting going on in terms of strats or routing. Just make sure to not, die on the way. I guess, yeah, this point is kind of interesting. Okay, so this enemy right here, he can do several attacks, of course. The thing that you don't want to see is him doing the, like, going this way and then doing the flying slash attack. If that happens, there's two things that you can do. You can either time a dodge, or tanking with the block. I recommend the block because that's just the safest one, and if you miss the dodge, you're just gonna die and lose a lot of time. So you just take the small time waste that is like blocking it. It's way more worth it. But yeah, I don't get that attack here, so I don't need to worry about that. But yeah, just worry about that if you get the flying slash attack. Okay, right here you save enough ki to do this part. If you just dash past those guys, they will always miss the same way. Don't dash into this yokai spawning. And here you can go, okay, on this part right here. I never go to the right, but you can also go to the right. That's what Dance with us. I don't know why. It's like pretty much the same speed, but it's like more dangerous. I don't know why he goes that way, honestly. But he decided to go that way. I recommend going to the left. The only thing is, watch out for this mine right here, right behind this fire. There's a mine. Just don't go to the right. Go more to the left, and yeah, don't fall. Yeah, the mine right over there. I guess it's because of the mine, probably, or because falling. I guess each route has its own advantages and disadvantages. Save a bit of ki at this point, because this guy can just get rid of all your ki and probably kill you sometimes. This shrine is a Peach shrine, you don't need to get it. I get it because, my PB is not that good. But if you're going for optimal times, it's not a necessary shrine. Just know that if you die without taking that shrine, you're going to lose like 2.5 minutes. So yeah, that's a pretty big time loss. So yeah, Summer Twilight right there, equip the dual swords, and then you want to buff right here so this guy gets baited. And then yeah, dash past that one. Don't trust too much the mind's eye. I had that happened once last week. I trusted the mind's eye and I just died. So yeah, don't trust it too much. Okay, weakness at the start. Wait a little bit. I found that waiting a little bit makes it easier to set up the next part of the fight. So yeah, just wait a little bit and then go. Just a fraction of a second, honestly. And then as soon as he finishes, or he's about to finish, you just do the water sword on his back. When you do the water debuff on the boss, you finish the water sword, and then you change it into Sign of the Cross, which I fell for some reason, but it's okay. The idea is that like he will get staggered after the water sword if you do it right, and then you can do some Sign of the Cross to finish the fight. I didn't do it right, but it's okay. If one thing that can happen is that he won't fall because the strat didn't work, and he doesn't fall after water sword. What do you do that? What do you do then? What you do then is you're going to basically wait for him to attack while you're on low stance. And at the end of every combo that he does, you're just gonna do Sign of the Cross. Doing a cancel. Canceling the sheathing and doing a Sign of the Cross. That's the safest way to do it, if the strat doesn't work. Okay, so this next mission, you want to watch out here. Don't go too close to the left wall, because the camera can screw you over quite a bit. But yeah, apart from that, dashing past this door is not a problem. You should not have any issues. It's just facing through the door. Don't mind me. I have quantum powers. Okay, and right here you want to do like a 45-degree angle with the corner of the door. And that should, right there, make you able to clip through. This second door is harder for some reason. We don't know why, but it's harder to clip through. So keep that in mind. You might want to practice that one. The first one is like easy, it's like free. It's never an issue. How about you actually open the door instead of sneaking in like that? Well, that was the actual strat before we discovered we can just clip through. But the issue is that if you try to open the second door especially, you are going to die, most likely. You can also just... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna explain that. I use this for when I have a waifu skin. You know, because of... for some reason with... with the waifu skins, since they are shorter and they have less horizontal movement, because this game ties the height of the character to horizontal movement. Because of that, facing through this wall is harder with waifu skins, or maybe impossible even. I never managed to do it. So what I do then is I go to this part right here, to this corner, and shoot the yokai on the head, and then open the door. That on itself is risky, but it's better than nothing if you cannot phase through. You don't say please, you say onegai shimasu. Okay, right here. You want to save enough ki to be able to dash through all of this in one go. You don't want to stop, because if you stop, the skeleton will shoot at you. So you just dash all the way, right there. And the skeleton should not have enough time to shoot you. Okay, right here. You want to be close to him before you start dashing. That's the best way to bait it. It's not 100% foolproof, but it's the most consistent thing that I managed to do. I'm not sure if it was Densway or Sipping who told me how to do it more consistently, but yeah, this is, as far as we know, this is the most consistent way of getting past this guy. Just get close to him before you start dashing, and then just dash past everything, and you should be fine. Oh yeah, and hug the wall to the right when you go to the rock part. And here I use the doors to do some more menuing and getting the accessories. The first time that I equip them, and the last time on the run. And then right here you go to the right next to this little Kodama right here. This is the most consistent strat to bait this guy right here. Because if you go past him directly, you might be able to open the door and be fine, but it's also very likely that he will just fucking murder you. So yeah, I recommend going this way, slowing down as well, like just go forward without running or dashing when you're next to the Kodama, and then as soon as you leave this part with the bags, start dashing again and open the door, like so. And then I ready the menu so I have so I don't have to do extra menu. Yeah, watch out with the road bumps right here. As you can see, I was dashing for some reason too early. Wait a bit more. I thankfully I had enough ki, so I didn't die. But yeah. Summer Twilight, equip dual swords. You don't need to equip dual swords. You can also do it with Kusarigama and whatnot. But you know, I like to do it like this. But with water. Weakness at the start. You can either wait for him to, like after the weakness, you can either wait for him to do a jump attack, or you can just straight up do some hits. Normally you will be fine, like you're just attacking him as soon as possible with mid stance. But sometimes that won't be enough. So yeah, watch out for that. And right after those, you can either just keep pulse and then go to his back and do Water Sword, or you can do Sign of the Cross into Water Sword. Right there, I was going to do Sign of the Cross, but I failed to do it. I don't know why lately I'm having issues with that. But you know, like even if you go for that, if you notice that you failed, you just go to his back and do Water Sword, and he's dead. Easy peasy. I'll get into the details of tech, like switching stances, you know, fluxing and whatnot, and also canceling, sheathing later. But yeah, remember, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay, so here there's a few things that you can do. One thing that you must do is change to Suzaku. You can also do it without Suzaku, but trust me, you want to do Suzaku until you are like, you really want to save some extra time. Okay, so I didn't do it right here because I wanted to save extra time. But one thing that you can do is offer everything and level up. Remember what I told you about locking the dual swords, the best dual swords that you have? Is because you won't get any more dual swords after Gasha-dokuro until this point, because neither Ishida Mitsunari nor Black Samurai can drop you any dual swords. You will always get like a sword, and in the case of Black Samurai, you also get access. But yeah, you can do that and level up. That would give you more elixirs they can use later on. And you know, if you level up, I recommend either skill or spirit. But there's one other place where I think it's better to level up. You can also skip that place, but you know, the last required level up for this route is before Gasha-dokuro. The rest are just pitch level ups or, you know, situational level ups. Anyways, you skip this cutscene and whatnot. When you're opening this, you prepare the large soulstone and use it. And watch out with the foxes. All these Laksamots, as I like to call them. They can just kill your ass. But don't worry about it too much. Just make sure to avoid anything that you see. Sometimes you won't be able to see it, but don't worry. Everyone dies to them every now and then. Just you have Suzaku, so you won't actually die, but you know, you will activate living weapon. Okay, right here. So you want to. Yeah, that's one stupid death that I had. The first death that I had was very stupid. I was too close to the ledge, and yeah, I fell. You don't want to do that. You want to do it a bit better. Okay, so yeah, setting up the HP, getting shot in the back 2 times. In the level 1 run, you only need to get shot in the back once. And then when you get the critical HP, you just go forward. This is not needed, but it will make this part way more consistent and faster most of the times. Buff, you can either use the Kusarigama or Odachi. I recommend using Odachi if you have the option, but it is not necessary at all. So yeah, just do whatever you feel like. Okay, so right here. Watch out for the enemies appearing, but as soon as they pop and you won't be able to, you know, the yokai spawning bumper, road bumper, whatever, disappears. You want to activate a living weapon between them, and that should push the Onryudo away from you and into the cliff, right there. And then you can do special attacks or that, you know, Guardian Spirit Talisman. And you want to combine both the Guardian Spirit Talismans and the, you know, special attacks and the regular attacks of the living weapon to get rid of all the enemies. As you can see with the Odachi, that's pretty fast. It's not as fast with the Kusarigama, but it's still really good. So if you don't have an Odachi, it's fine with the Kusarigama. And right here, there are several ways to do this, but I'm going to explain my way. And this is with Karajishi. So I enter the shrine, change to Karajishi. Yeah, there's some, okay, right there, there's some secret brushes right here. This box right there. Secret brushes and Moment Talisman. You don't care about the Moment Talisman because you already have the magic for it. But the secret brush is pretty good. I skipped it to save a bit of more time, but honestly, it's worth taking. Okay, so right here, you want to wait until he moves, starting an attack, and then you dash past it and open the door. If you move as soon as he starts attacking, you should be fine, and he won't kill you. Summer Twilight, change to dual swords, buff with water. Move until this point right here, this line, and then cast Guardian Spirit Talisman, and then Weakness. And then you move to the back, hit them in the back, right, like we did with the regular fight on the spider level. And then you do the same thing with the water sword, but this time it will die way faster because we are more broken. And also because weakness, but yeah. Right here you want to use again Summer Twilight. You don't need to buff anything else. Just approach him with the Kusarigama, the strongest one that you have, weakness. Do a couple of hits with the Reaper, and then do some more Reaper with the living weapon this time. And then you just use Travel Amulet to get away. Easy peasy. Then you move to this side, that's already opened. And onto the Nioh. Nioh is probably the most scary fight of all of them with these strats, because you only have water pretty much to rely on. Oh yeah, I messed it up. So I wasn't supposed to do it like this. As you can see, like my positioning was bad and I died to the lightning. I messed it up. So here's what you're supposed to do. You start the same way as before, you know, with the Summer Twilight, equipping dual swords. You don't buff with water straight away. You use weakness, then buff with water, and then you get close. That way, that gives you the right timing and positioning to get in. And then consider that if he staggers fast, you're gonna have enough time to do 2 Sign of the Cross after the water sword that you're going to cut short before he retaliates. So as you can see, I stagger him pretty fast, so I went with 2 Sign of the Cross, and then I hit him once, and knowing that was the last hit that I would be able to get before getting away, and then two more of those to finish the fight. Keep in mind that the fight will not be the same. Most of the times it will do different things, so watch out for that, but that's the overall strat of that fight. Sometimes he won't get staggered on that one. When that happens, watch out, you're gonna need to cut short the water sword as well to avoid the next attack, and then you're gonna Basically, you only want to do Water Sword at the start, after the lightning attack, the first one. But yeah, basically Summer Twilight, change to Dual Swords, buff with Water. Right on this part right here, this line, you use the Garden Spirit Talisman. And then Weakness, just like with the Joro-Gumo. My positioning was off right there. As you can see, I didn't go too much to the left. I was way too much forward, or too much in front of him. I should be more right here rather than here. But yeah, you want to do Water Sword right there, and then finish off with 1 or 2 Son of the Cross, or depending on if you got a better positioning and then you do it more damage and he's about to die, just regular attacks. And then you use Travel Amulet as fast as possible. And then you move right away to this elevator. Prepare Sacred Brush and Sacred Ash, replacing the Travel Amulets and the Earth Talisman. And then if you have enough time, buff on the elevator. I have enough time to buff with Summer Twilight, but not with Waters. So I decided to buff with Water later. But yeah, ideally you want to do both before on the elevator. So right here on Oda Nobunaga, there's 2 things that you can do at the start. You can either aim and shoot him in the head at the start, or you can just wait for him to move forward, and as soon as he does that, like he does the dash, you shoot. I don't know if I got it first try or not. Let's see. Yes, I got it. That's what you want to do. That's the optimal thing. And then the regular thing with the human enemies, with the Son of the Cross, Sheathe Cancel, whatever. So right there I noticed that it's low enough, so instead of doing another cancel, I just chain it into another Son of the Cross since that's faster, and finish the fight. The fight will finish when his health is about this place, I think. I'm not sure. Around this place. Below Aga. And this place is one thing that I would recommend not doing what I did here. What I did here was really YOLO, is that I skipped the shrine. But you can get this shrine that's like right behind this place. Like, instead of going to the left here, right to the right is a shrine. You can do some offerings if you didn't do it before. You can level up, whatnot. That would also replenish your castings and whatnot. So it's really comfy to do. It's just that if you really need to save time, or you just want to be as optimal as possible, whatever, you just skip it and go to the left. So yeah, right here I didn't need to, but I wanted to be as optimal as possible past this point, and decided to skip it. So right there, you just buff with the Kusarigama, with the Summer Twilight. You don't need to buff with dual swords, with Water Sword. No, with Water Talisman. But already the dual swords, and as soon as the fight starts, Weakness. Depending on what he does, you do want to do one thing or another. Basically, if he is blocking, you want to punish with a Sign of the Cross and chain them together. Just like that. Kelley is a pretty annoying fight, honestly, because depending on what he does, he can screw you over really fast. But yeah, you want him. What you want to happen is him blocking, because if he's blocking, you are going to destroy his guard with Sign of the Cross. 2 Sign of the Cross should do it. Maybe even 1, depending on your dual swords. I think I had that happen once. But yeah, basically, Sign of the Cross struts, depending on what he does, avoiding some attacks. But yeah, you want to see him blocking. It's just practice at this point. I still die to him sometimes because he gives me really bad RNG. But yeah, here there's some different things that you can do. You can do sword strats or dual sword strats. Here I went with dual sword strats apparently. So yeah, dual sword strats is with water sword, and sword strats is with morning moon. I would recommend morning moon more than dual sword strats, honestly. It's a bit safer, I feel like. But yeah, you want to be casting weaknesses and using sacred brushes to replenish them. Like this fight is pretty constant frosh, I guess. Honestly, you can just go with whatever you feel like, depending on how strong your sword or dual swords are. You can also do it with the Kusarigama, of course. Right there, I got hit by the lightning. Those are the things that you need to watch out for, like lightning attacks and whatnot. You know, like anything, any projectile that they shoot you your way. As you can see, I'm pretty low on sacred brushes and I ran out already. That's because I didn't get extra and I didn't get the shrine. So yeah, you want to save, if that happens, you want to save at least one for the last snake. The most dangerous projectiles are the one from the lightning snake and the one from the earth snake, because they both have like two. There are two ways of attack. Like first the ball and then the effect of that ball. So you get a lightning strike after the lightning ball, and then a mine explosion after the earth ball. But yeah, right here you want to, after you deal with all of the rest of the snakes, which by the way you need to bait either the bite attack or the breath attacks, you want to be right here. Right here. Right on this corner right here. That would trigger the AI, or would not trigger actually, the AI of, of the final snake. And she will just get close and you will be able to do some Reaper and Destroyer. So yeah, a bath and whatnot, and then when he fully opens the mouth, that's when you want to close, want to use weakness. On level 1 is when he starts opening the mouth, but because of the faster casting on not level 1, you want to do it as when the mouth is fully open. And then right here, she gets close because the AI was bad, and yep, finish the fight, easy peasy. So yeah, always ready with a sword. Let's get the cutscene, get all of these things, because we're not done yet. This is not any percent, this is not credits percent. This is all my missions vanilla. And there's one more mission that we have to do. So right there you go to the last mission, last main mission. Just dash past everything. Oh, while opening the door, you can use a large soulstone that would put you with your living weapon active, you know, like available to use basically. And as soon as you pass that guard right there, you can dash one more and to use a living weapon right there. They'll push the enemies a bit, do some menuing, ready the things, the divine things. Like basically what you want to get is both the Rasatsu Kusarigama and the Ginshu hand cannon at this point. And then if you're lucky enough, they will just destroy your living weapon before you're able to move, and not like right before, not like earlier than that. I had that one round when I had to cancel the limit weapon, but I didn't progress first and then cancel it, and then I immediately died. So yeah, watch out for that. So right here, this is a skip that you can do. Small skip, honestly, not even consider skip, just fastest way. Right here, there's a shrine right here. So if you go that way, that I did right here. So if you go this way, you go this way. You just go back down a set of stairs. Yes, set of stairs. Stairs, and then I get the shrine. If you go this way, then the shrine will be locked because of enemies nearby. And then you go down one set of stairs, yes. And you dash all the way. Don't dash on the stairs, by the way. Like, it's not optimal. It's better to run. And here you can do several things. You can either do Reaper or Water Sword strats on these guys right here. You can wake them up and do that. For safety strats, but because I wanted to save more time, I went for the risky strats and went past them. And this is the thing that you need to watch out for. Yeah, ready the special ammo, not this one, but this one. And then shoot them on the head, or like basically any part below this. The collarbone basically works. And as you can see, I'm gonna shoot around here and around here. And that basically deals with them. If that doesn't work, then you might need to do some of the cross strats. Then right here, Summer Twilight. Don't get too close to the door before you do this, because otherwise you will trigger the fight. Bath with water, and then ready the Guardian Spirit Talisman. That's what I like to do. Guardian Spirit Talisman. It doesn't hit, but it's okay. Weakness. And then with the limit weapon, you just finish the fight. Easy peasy. And then the timer stops as soon as the screen goes black. 3, 2, 1, there we go. And that will be the end of All My Missions Vanilla tutorial. I will do more stuff, but I'm going to take a break one moment. So yeah. All right. So for this part of the tutorial, I'm gonna show you how to sheathe cancel and other mechanics as well. Okay. So before we do that, I'm gonna show you one of the core mechanics of this game. That is fluxing. So you can see right there. Switch to low stance at the end of the attack. Also do this. Just like that. Okay. So once you get used to this kind of stuff, you can pretty much just start doing this. Not the sheathe cancel. Basically, the way you do it is you start moving forward as soon as you start sheathing. So like that. So if you do it once, like it won't work, right? I'm pressing it and it doesn't work. So you need to do it twice. Another way to do it is to just do this. Oh. I don't like it as much, honestly. It's a bit weird for me. But you can also do it like that. And of course with this as well, you can do the same thing. Oh yes, you actually need the skill. Yes, okay. Yeah, as you can see, you can do it. And this is a good way to practice it. Just practicing with this crystal. But yeah, for this one, the one with aiming and whatnot, as you can see, like aiming with a matchlock or bow or cannon will immediately sheath your weapon. So all you need to do is just make sure that you're doing the sheathing. So what I do is I tap it and then do twice the, do this, instead of just doing this. I do it twice or even 3 times depending. But yeah, if you don't want to do this one, you can also do it like this. Same idea, different execution. Just make sure to go forward as soon as you're doing the sheathing, so you cancel the whole animation. It's the same concept as when I'm like dashing and whatnot. Like assume this is the boss door, right? Assume this is the boss door. So I'm dashing, and then I do that. It's the same thing. Because normally I would have to do that and then do this, right? That's slow. If you want to do it faster, don't do it like that. Yeah, like that. You just go a bit forward. I'm just trying to do too many things at once. Anyways, that's the Sheath Council tutorial, basically. Yeah, it's also on YouTube. It is just unless you are having issues with the player itself of Twitch, I recommend watching it on Twitch. Because the quality of YouTube videos is a bit lower because they don't want to bother processing it if you're not a big channel. Anyways, shoot them in the head with either the matchlock or the bow. Weakness. Yai. Yai. Another one. Another one. There we go. Easy peasy. That's the other strat that you can do.